Buju Banton, a year time again. Because now you delete the post them from social media, but that's not enough, right? We need another video posted, ranting, just as how you ranted with the accusation. That is how we need another video with you ranting, because you don't understand the damage that has been created by the initial video that you did. Now, we have to accept the fact that you are an international superstar and you are known all over the world. No one can take that from you. And that is why we need a video with an apology, so that all the media houses internationally and even locally that were running with this story can also see that you, Buju Banton, has come forward on your platform to retract the statement. Now, it should not take the government of Jamaica to do an investigation and come out and say that this is exactly what happened for you to delete a post. And the deletion of the post, while you have not admitted that you did not ship the items or they have been found or you understand where they are, the fact that you deleted the post, it allows us, persons that were concerned about what you said initially, to say that something is wrong. Why would you delete it from your social media page, especially because it was gaining so much attention? One of the things that we want to ensure that we fix is the reputation of this country, and for any additional aid that might be on its way to Jamaica. What the video that you created has damaged somewhat the reputation and can raise some kind of concern for other persons that have not come to Jamaica yet with their aid. So we need more than just a deletion of a social media post, Buju. We need another video coming out from you with an apology, and two, with you ranting just as how you ranted when you made the accusation. A deletion only is not accepted, Buju.
Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz News and Entertainment with a Buzz. Buzzing topic over social media, the alleged theft at the airport by Jamaica Customs at Norman Manley International Airport, based on some air cargo that was said to have been missing, that was sent by Buju Banton and his organization. Well, people, it seems as if since Buju made that rant, made that post on social media, and describing his disgust with what is going on, what has been going on for decades at the port of Jamaica, meaning Norman Manley International, Sangster International, Wharf, anything air or seaports, which is a known fact. It has been going on. So therefore, that is not even disputable. Well, people, since you hear what Buju Banton said and you heard what VAZ had to say refuting Buju Banton's allegation, we saw that Buju Banton made a post, or Buju Banton deleted the post, and this is based on what is on your screen as I speak. Buju Banton deletes post alleging relief goods theft. VAZ invites views of footage. So we see that people are now calling for Buju Banton to give a public apology, as they claim, such as he did with his public rant. Now, people, I am going to show you the actual video, I guess, that Mr. Vaz got from the customs, where Buju Banton's goods were allegedly held. Take a listen, take a look at that video, and then I am going to address what this lady has to say, and then address the video. So, people, you heard what that lady said, and obviously, this lady is JLP affiliated. Don't know, haven't heard her say it, but we can just come to the conclusion, I can assume. So, let's speak about what she said, and let's speak about what we actually saw in this video footage, and mine, that is probably the speed up edited version, because obviously they have the video that has been running for hours, and this was just a sample size, a couple of seconds of everything. When you look at this video, if this video went to court and there was a judge or jury, the judge would instruct the jury that this is inconclusive. What the word inconclusive means is that you cannot determine whether stuff was taken or stuff was not taken based on this video evidence. Because the video would not be, even though it is a sample size, it would not be the proper representation of everything that took place. Because what we're seeing is a still footage, well, not still footage, focused by camera on one specific era. If you know anything about the WAF customs, there are thousands of square footage. You have the tarmac, where the plane land, and then you have the delivery from there to the customs warehouse where things are kept, things are moved, things are inspected. So therefore, this would not give you a true representation of second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour that what took place. So therefore, things could have happened before and things could have happened afterwards. So therefore, that is why I say inconclusive. Now we hear this lady say she needs a public apology. I'm going to say we. Who is we? What makes your voice be conclusive? What makes Buju Banton is going to listen to you? Who is we? Are we political sheeps that believe everything that the politicians say, especially the JLP, PNP, Daryl Vaz in this case? Why Buju Banton needs to apologize? Why Buju Banton needs to do a rant video opposite from what he did just to prove? What is he going to prove? That the video is inconclusive? That he's not out of his mind, not lying about stuff that he sent that he could not get? And while he might have erred in where it was stolen, it could have been stolen from the people when I take it off of the plane, stolen upon the tarmac, stolen in the customs warehouse, stolen at the customs broker warehouse. It could have been stolen anywhere. So therefore, if he felt as if his stuff was stolen, he has the rights, because if a place like customs, meaning Norman Manley International Airport, Sangsa International Airport, have a reputation of thieving for decades. That is if you were married to a man that is a cheater or a woman that is a cheater. And somebody tell you, say, them a cheat, your man a cheat, or your woman a cheat. You're not going to ask any question because he or she has cheated on you before. So therefore, you're going to assume that it is true. So therefore, if a place that has a reputation of thieving, and then when him send the cargo after him spend so much time, blood, sweat, and tears and went, and then it is gone, especially under the circumstance that person are actually out here dying, have no communication, need food, need just about everything that is humanly needed. He has all reason to rant. So therefore, he did what he had to do. He went on social media. So based on the fact that you are saying that him need to give you an apology, and this apology is based on the fact that the video that you saw, which is inconclusive. So why would Buju Banton need to make any sort of post apologizing to who? Apologizing for what? Based on the fact that the thing was missing, he knows that it was missing, he knows what he bought, whether it was on the documentation or not. He know where him put in there. Every time people send stuff, people don't always put everything inside it, because sometimes them just add stuff, sometimes them just say, well, but document everything on people while it is wrong because you're supposed to itemize everything. But just say, people do that all the time, including myself. You're not trying to rob. Pretty much it was going for a relief. It was going for persons that needed it. So therefore, it's not like he was going to take it and put it in his store and sell it and make a big profit on it. It's good. His intentions were good all the time. And I am sure that if you ask the average thinking Jamaican out there, whether he is PNP or JLP, objective that is, if you think that Buju Banton needs an apology, especially based on that video evidence, based on the fact that Daryl Vaz did a thorough investigation in about 15 hours or so. I have heard of investigations. However, I don't know of any thorough investigation that took place within 15 hours. If you think within your mind or hearts of hearts that Daryl Vaz actually sat down and watched every second of every video from the time the plane landed until the time those cargo was taken to the customs broker, you must have been foolish. You think that man is going to sit down for even 10 minutes or so, even if he speeded up the video, He is just going upon the fact that somebody at the customs warehouse told him that the goods were not stolen. So therefore, Mr. Vaz was going to go with the agenda. That is going to be beneficial for him in his damage control of the customs warehouse in Jamaica and the thief that has been going on for decades. Now people are saying that because Buju Banton took down the post that he made on social media ranting, that is evidence that he was guilty. That is no evidence that he was guilty. Like you said before in your previous video, Buju Banton and Daryl Vaz and Babsy Grange have been speaking. So therefore, if there was a problem, they should have spoken about it. However, Buju Banton thought at the time with his emotion and anger running that this is the best way to get his message across. So him taking it down does not mean it is not an indication of guilty or innocent. It is an indication of the fact that he probably thought about it, listened to the video again and saw that he was ranting, cussing all sorts of cloth. And him being a public figure, him being somebody that is respected in the dancehall globally, in the world, reggae and dancehall, and a Jamaican icon. So in my opinion, I think that when Buju thought about everything that he did, the sequence of events, the lashback, the backlash, everything that went down, he thought that it could have been handled differently. His emotion brought him to do what he did, and now that he have sat down and think about it, and some people are reasoning him ears, whether it is his PR team, his management, the government, or everybody and anybody. He thought that the best thing to do for Jamaica, in the best interest of Jamaica, better than his own self-interest, better than his own emotion, is to do the right thing and make it kind of calm down. Make it be a 9-day talk, especially in a time like this when Jamaica needs all the help that it can get. People, this is just my opinion. If I am wrong, let me know what you think in the comment section. Point blank and period.
Homicide detectives are probing a series of deadly incidents in which 4 persons were killed across 4 police divisions. The most recent case unfolded in Trelawney, where a senior citizen was stabbed to death following a dispute at a restaurant. The deceased is 63-year-old Roger Danvers of Flamingo Lane. It's reported that shortly after midnight, Mr. Danvers was at an establishment on Market Street when an argument developed. He was stabbed with a knife multiple times by a man. The suspect, who is from Granville in St. James, was later taken into police custody. Mr. Danvers was pronounced dead at hospital. The Falmouth CIB is leading investigations. Meanwhile, in neighboring St. James, detectives are searching for those responsible for the murder of a woman in Barrett Town on Friday night. The victim has not yet been identified. Early reports indicate that the shooting took place shortly before 10 p.m. The Montego Bay CIB is investigating. Meanwhile, in a St. Andrew South Police Division, the body of an unidentified man was seen early yesterday morning on Balmagi Avenue, Olympic Gardens. According to the police, a closer inspection appeared to indicate that he had been set on fire. The Hunts Bay CIB is investigating. And over in East Kingston, a 34-year-old man died after being shot in an incident on Rafford Avenue, Kingston 11. It's reported that about 11:30 Friday night, the victim, Romario James of a Rollington Avenue address, was shot by unknown assailants. Mr. James was transported to hospital, where he later died whilst undergoing treatment. The Elliston Road CIB is investigating. Investigators assigned to the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, were kept busy on the weekend as they responded to fatal shootings which left 5 men dead. Homicide investigators reported that illegal firearms were seized in those reported deadly confrontations. In the St. Andrew North Police Division, it's reported that 2 unidentified males were shot and wounded during an armed confrontation with the police. That incident occurred about 10 p.m. in an area known as Duppy Gully, Stony Hill, St. Andrew. Investigators say 2 illegal guns were seized during the incident. Also in the St. Andrew North Division, Shamal Risden, otherwise called Squirrel, died this morning after being shot in another reported confrontation with the police yesterday. The incident occurred in Mount Silas. Detectives say 1 AK-47 with a magazine affixed containing 4 cartridges were seized. Indicom was informed of the shooting.
So the next thing that is popping in the news is an update, the total story as to what took place when Constable Charles Stewart and Jamari Gordon, got taken out in a place known as 83rd Lane, that is in or off Waltham Park. Based on the information, it is said that there are three suspect person of interest. A 20-year-old man, he gave in himself in the presence of a JP. However, two of the other individuals are on the run. So there's all sorts of things circulating on social media as to what is the motive and what exactly took place. Yes, the information that the policemen have a business, car wash, bar, car rental, car sales place, that is true. The truth is that there was some box up, some sorts of physical altercation, and yes, some sorts of car was stolen. That is also true. However, what is not correct is the sequence of things and how it played out. So yes, there was an altercation between a group of men, meaning the three suspects. And yes, some people came back and pipe up the two police officers. It is said that one of the police officers had his tool, the next one did not have his tool. They were close to their business or at their business when the incident took place. However, the fact is that, and what is incorrect or inconsistent, the altercation did not take place on the day in which the policemen lost their lives. And here are the details, just speaking in general because of obvious reasons. It is said that these three young men have been menace to society, menace to the community. They were doing everything from A to Z. Broke in a people's house, broke in a people's shop, thief car, thief bike, thief just about anything that they could get their sticky tentacles on. Based on information on the ground, it is said that since these three youths have been creating all sorts of catastrophe and chaos in the area for a couple of years, the community, meaning that the members, the Don and the two police, them decided that they were going to form a disciplinary committee and they were going to come up with some sorts of discipline for these youths. It is said that they got a royal beating. After the royal beating, the policeman, them because them have them business and because them think that they are from the community and they think that they are respected. It is said that these three individuals got in them feelings and they were planning and scheming to take away the police. It is said that the police probably heard but probably figured to themselves, sure, as some little youth them now do not just some waste thread, or just some mouth talk. Well, people, they would come and do what they said they were going to do. So that is how the police knew exactly who the three suspects are persons of interest because these people have been creating chaos in the area in them community for a couple of years. So the moral of the story is this: to the community, other officers out there, other persons out there, this is what happens when you let things get out of hand. When you have persons that are menace to society and you give them one warning, you give them 100 warning, the 100 one where you give them violate that warning. It is always going to get to the furthest extent, and that is exactly what happened. So therefore, the community has nobody to blame but themselves, and these officers should have taken heed. They should not have underestimated these people and overestimate their power or the rank or the respect that they have in the community, because it then came back and haunt them. So let this be a lesson for all of you other police officers that are out here that have business and live in these volatile community. These young youths nowadays, new generation of Viper, they don't respect anybody, including elder. Them don't respect them own dad. They don't respect their own parents, meaning mama and papa. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is based off an incident that was buzzing all over social media, in the news and in a real life, where a man, elder, 71-year-old, was seen on a vehicle that was driving, police vehicle that is, driving over a flat bridge. We then saw a tire fling out. That tire was chained to that man, or that man was chained to that tire. He eventually drowned. There was a video of persons, meaning paramedics, meaning the police, meaning fire brigade, taking him out of the water after he was stiff stone cold. Well, people, since then, a family member, specifically a cousin of that man, made a post on social media. However, that post had some music. So because of copyright reason, I cannot use it. I am going to show you the post and I am going to let you hear what the caption of those posts said. There were two posts. One of the posts simply read, that is on the screen as I speak. She told him that she was 17. She turned out to be 14. He did not kidnap or chain her. Now, people, based on the allegations and accusation, it is said that this man, Milton Smith, known as Psyche, said to be a deportee, had a business, he had a motel. So therefore, people would come to the motel. It was more like a FUCK shop where persons carry them individual and them have some SEX or them stay for the night, whatever the circumstances are. So it was said that there was a young girl. He claimed, or the cousin claimed, that she told him that she was 17. However, she turned out to be 14. The caption goes on to say, he is not the type of man that touch up any sorts of picnic. The girl says she is 17. The man no commit no jump over the fence or jump over the bridge and take for himself. For what? Is a man bring her come, so now she a cry, no source of stress. So people, let me analyze and assess what the cousin had to say in defense of this pedophile 71-year-old Milton Smith. So people, you saw the caption, you saw the caption, you saw exactly what the cousin had to say in defense of her cousin, who happens to be 71-year-old. Say, for example, the girl was 17 instead of 14, and I don't know what the age of consent is in Jamaica, if it's 16 or 18. If it is 16, it needs to be raised, and if it is 18, it probably need to be raised again, because we have a whole bunch of toasty back man, grey balls man that like to touch up little picnic, them call them 2-year-old, exaggerated. So therefore, I say this to say that a 71-year-old should have nothing in common with a 17-year-old, worse if she is 14. So therefore, the cousin is saying that he is no jump over fence person. Well, lady, he is, based on the reputation or based on the charges or based on what persons are alleging that he has done. So she is steadfast saying that the girl is 17. 17 and 71, big age difference. She also said that the man never jumped over the fence and he did not jump over or jump out of the van and jump into the flat bridge or jump into the water over flat bridge. She then comments to saying that is a next man bring the girl there. So therefore, this girl is a bad girl. This girl has been doing all sorts of stuff with all sorts of men. So it was not the man that actually brought her there. Somebody else brought her there, used her and ABUSE her, and then left her there for DEAD. That was when Mr. Smith took advantage of her and started to have SEX with her. So even though the cousin, a lady, is defending her cousin, there is not much that she can defend, because the truth and the fact is that even if the girl was brought there by a next man, he still took advantage of her and he still did what he did, and he was arrested and he decided to jump over or jump out of the van, fling the tire that he was chained to, or him chained to the tire, whatever the circumstances are, and then he lost his life, rightfully so and justifiably so. So not only is the cousin denying that he's a petty, she's also denying that he actually took away himself. Or the police then push him out, or the police was driving erratically and it fling him out of the vehicle. Well, people, I don't know what is your opinion, but based on what I saw, it seems as if this man fling out the tire with the rim and everything, chain up, and then that brought him over the edge of the flat bridge, and that is how he lost his life. And if indeed he is guilty of the things that persons are alleging that he did, this is what he was supposed to get, point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.